Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Adventures. Hey, I know it's been a while, but we'll have some more trips soon. But I've got a really important message for everyone. Doesn't matter what make or model. Something that we talk about, I suppose we mention on our Facebook pages. We mention on 4x4 Diesel, our other YouTube channel, in case you're unaware of that. Because it's sort of on the mechanical side. But anybody that's traveling, you know, okay, if you're just going to be local, you're just going to go to school and back, you're going to go to the shops and back, within 100 k's of home, then maybe you don't need this, like maybe you don't need RAC. But if you're traveling more than 100 k's from home, that's my general indication, you know, a few hundred k's from home or a few thousand k's from home, you're probably going to need RAC, you know, for your roadside service at some point in time. So basically what goes hand in hand with that is having some sort of scan tool or scan gauge, scan equipment to get that. Okay, you've got your engine light. Now, as I said, all makes and models is what I would recommend, particularly as they get older, but not excluding, for example, 1GDs. Okay, so they can have an issue where dirty MAF sensor, but you won't know what it is. You'll just be in limp mode. You'll have engine lights on, and you'll go, "Oh wow, what's wrong here?" And it'll be call RAC, they won't know, they'll send someone, they might not know, it might be just the tow truck, they won't know, you'll be waiting for a workshop to open up, they won't know till at least they open up, they might not know, and it could be weeks before they can look at the car. You don't want to know that. So, doesn't matter what make or model, talking about the Prados and Hiluxes for example, because that's what we generally specialise in. The 1KZ engine is probably needs it the least because it's got the least electronics, you know. The V6 is probably the one that needs it least after that. But if you've got the 1KD diesel with a variable geometry turbo and the 1KD, similar things, more electronics, more sensors, more things that can be dirty, and generally you don't have problems. But when you do, and there's still way too many people that don't have anything in their vehicle to be able to scan those codes, so you can. The purpose is well, you can monitor some data, that's one thing. Okay, you might want to look at your coolant temperature, that sort of thing. But the other thing you can do is, besides monitoring data, you can not only check the code, you can clear the code. Okay, so in this vehicle we're currently got a SCANGAUGE 2. So that's what it's called. It's actually called a SCANGAUGE. So when people are talking about names of things, you know, sometimes there's a bit of confusion. I need a scan gauge, you know, they mean a scan tool of some sort. Okay, so there's a few different things available, but at this point in time we're talking about scan gauges a bit because they do allow us to know the transmission. It'd be really awesome if people could be consistent on speed as well, you know. But anyway, I'll just slow down again in a minute and we'll, you know, yep, and eventually he slowed down again and we got past, and we can slow down again because, you know, when you're traveling faster than the vehicle and you're going past and then you're not going past anymore, and then you just speed up a k or two so you can go past and you're still not going past, it's pretty painful. You could drop it back a couple more again and you'd be going slower. But anyway, he slowed down again, whatever. Back onto what we were talking about. Point is, DTC's diagnostic trouble code. The engine light comes on and you've got no information. Okay, so look, I'll just show you the scan gauge quickly, but that's all I wanted to say. There's way too many people still getting around, you know, whether it's on our Facebook groups where people go, "Oh, I've got an engine light, you know, what do I do? Who do I go to? Well, you know," and the text message is not that it's not a diagnostic service. That is what our Facebook groups are for, but if you had a scan tool, there's so many benefits. I think everybody should have one. As I said, everybody should have one. One day you'll wish you did. That's it. I'll just quickly show you the scan gauge we've got sitting here. You'll see the coolant temp, the transmission temp, the load reading, and the battery voltage. There it is. Scan gauge. See, it says at the bottom. Scan gauge is the product name. Coolant temperature at the top left. There's many different parameters you can choose to put there, and we've got the transmission temperature, ATF, at the bottom left, the load on the top right, and the battery voltage, 13.6 volts. That's a video, guys. You can do what you want. I'm just putting it out there that if you're traveling and you're in the middle of nowhere and you've got an engine light come on, and with today's technology, and it's not even today's technology, yes, let's include today's technology, but it's also yesterday's technology. The last 10 to 15 years, that could be the vehicle you own, and it's more likely, and it might not be anything major, and I'd hate for it to spoil a trip for you when all you need to do was go, oh, that car, yeah, we know about that. I'll just search 4x4 diesel. Oh yeah, there we go. We can, you know what I mean? And you can clear it and you can not worry about it, or you can put a post in our Facebook group and, you know, deal with it. Yeah, you can deal with whatever way you like, you know. You can keep driving, you can get a tow truck, you can call a mechanic, you can get out and spray some CRC on it. Hey, it depends what it is. I'm just making things up here. You can get out and clean that MAF sensor, whatever it might be. Anyway, guys, I hope this has helped you make the trip more desirable and avoid those inconveniences. Bada bing, we're out of here. Thanks for watching. See ya.